jobs that people do here, they wouldn't do it in Nigeria. You know, you will see a bank manager will come here. We have them here. The bank manager will come here and be washing dishes or be a security guard. You can't tell a bank manager to be a security guard in Nigeria. The person will slap you down. My name is Nike Ojo, and this is my husband,
Ralph Ojo.
We're both from Akure in Ondo State, Nigeria.
I left Nigeria in 1982. So Nigeria was still, it's still good now, but Nigeria was not as expensive as it is now. Yes, so even when I left home, my plane ticket that time was 500 naira to and fro. And then we traveled that time with traveler's check. You are only allowed to take out of the country 500 naira. So which means to come to abroad, to go to abroad at that time, you only need 1,000 naira. And the exchange rate at that time was $2 to 1 naira.
The only one that left at the time, I didn't go with him. We haven't met at the time, so he went as a single person. He went to Austria, and then from Austria, he relocated to the United States.
What made me relocate was that I came from a very poor family, and that time we don't have enough money to pay for college. I went to modern school. Modern school is like JSS 3. After I graduated, I went to technical college, Oktugoba. Those are free. We just learn how to trade. I did a furniture craft. Then I met a man that came from Austria, and he told me that Austria, you don't have to pay money to go to college. It's free education. Then I got the information of Austria, and I wrote a letter to the president of Students' Union. Then that one invited me to come. Then I went there. I started learning the language. From there, I moved to United States, where they speak English.
For me, I came to meet him. So we were introduced through arranged marriage. So he was living here, and then it was time for him to get married, and he couldn't find somebody that is so fine like me. But no, jokes apart. So his brother had told him that he doesn't want him to marry a foreigner, that he wanted him to marry somebody from home. And so from talking to people, and they got to one of my uncles, who now went to my dad, and of all of us then, they picked me. I wasn't aware of all of this arrangement. I was in Lagos and they were in Akure. So they collected my picture and sent my picture to him along other pictures. And from there, he picked my picture. I was so irresistible, even in pictures, So he got interested in my picture. They started talking, and then the family called me. My family called me and told me, of course, it wasn't an easy conversation the first time. And so, but after some time, then we started talking. Then he traveled down to Nigeria. We met physically for the first time. And after about
3 weeks later.
3 weeks, we got married. We got married 3 weeks after. and it's been 32 years since then. When I got here, my husband was a bachelor. He did not even have a pot in his house. So he did not have a pot. And so getting here was when we had to go buy everything. And then the way we interact with each other in Nigeria, that you think like, oh, he's just my friend. It's not the same here. So you have to be careful how you interact with people. You can't just see somebody like you see somebody and you just call them. I'm trying to remember an instance, but it's totally different. Like you can't say when you want to say you want to go to the toilet. Toilet here is restroom. That's how they. So you have to learn the language. You have to learn the terminology. At the time, it was a bit difficult for me. It was a bit difficult for me. So what I did at the time, I would watch all these what is it? The soap operas. I would watch their what is it? I watch movies, but there's a particular show that I love to watch at the time. Jerry Springer, the fights, the course, and everything, and I'll put closed caption and read. So I was able to help myself with that. And mostly for me, it was just the language at the beginning, and then it was language for me at the beginning. Who are you?
Yes, mine is. I have a little bit difficult, but that time I was single. I will go out there to the club, go and look for a girlfriend who I can talk to, and then let them know that I just get to United States and I need a friend. So that's it. When I got here, I don't have any working permit. I don't have social. Then I have to go and get social security number, get ID, and then I started looking for a job. My first job was a dishwasher at the University of Houston, making $3.35 an hour. So at one point, I became homeless. I started living in shelter. And then every morning, I go to the hotel where they serve breakfast. Then I will roll my baggage to the hotel and I will eat breakfast from there. And I go out with the bus and start looking for a job until I found a job at the University of Houston. After I got paid 2 times, then I started looking for a roommate. That's how I get out of the shelter.
So for me, it was a lot easier because it was already settled, and so I came here 29 years ago, almost 30 years now, and he was already in his one-bedroom apartment. One-bedroom apartment. Then when I came with our first son, and so it was a little bit easier. But if you are coming to the United States and you don't have papers, very difficult. It is not easy. In Nigeria, you can easily go to somebody and say, oh, can I borrow this or can you give me this? Here, it's not like that. Here, if you don't work, you don't eat. So if you have somebody that is giving you money or anything from abroad, you need to celebrate that person because every penny, they work for it. It's not as easy as people portray it or as what they see on social media. Like for us, we run our own business. Even though life may be a little bit easier, but for you to get to that top, it takes time, it takes effort, especially somebody that does not have papers here. I see a lot of people now. I see people, and for us, even though we run a business, it's very hard to hire somebody that doesn't have documents. So if you come here, you don't have documents, it's very, very challenging. I see husband and wife, they come here, the marriage status, because there's no money coming in. So even if you bring money here, within a short period of time, that money is going to go. And what happens? when you, even if you bring like 100 million, you are not adding to it, but you are just spending, then that money is not going to grow. So if you are going to come, if you are going to migrate to any country, number one, be sure that you have the papers to work. Anyone can promise you that I have a job for you. It's not true. I've seen instances where people will come from Nigeria here. The person they're supposed to meet here will not pick up their phone after they get to the airport. After they get to, nobody's going to pick up their phone. And it actually happened to my husband. That was how he became homeless, because the people he came to meet here, they could not accommodate him. So he didn't have a place to live. He had to go out to live in a shelter. So if you come here, if you are coming, make sure you have solid arrangement. Solid arrangement where you're going to live. And if you don't have papers, it's going to be very, very difficult. That's just the honest truth. It's going to be difficult. This is something that we see every single day. And I just wish that, the kind of money people invest in coming over here, we can invest it in some type of business or a trade back home, focus on it, and that business will grow. Here requires a lot of hard work, a lot of determination, a lot of focus. I know that today people on social media, you see people, you cannot compare my lifestyle to somebody that is just coming in for the first time. I have lived here 29 years. True, it's okay to look up to someone, but at the same time, you have to look at your own, you have to take your steps, you have to look at your own journey. Your journey is different from somebody that's already there several years. So if you know that you are coming, make sure you've done all of your due diligence, make sure you have papers. Not all rosy here. It's not. It's a lot of work. And that's just the honest truth. If I tell you the amount of bills that you will pay for everything here, every single thing, water, light, even the light we enjoy. I mean, truth be told, life is better than in Nigeria. There's light, and things are getting better in Nigeria now. Don't get me wrong. There's constant supply of light, constant supply of water, constant supply of all these good amenities of life. True, but before you have to pay for everything. You have to. In Nigeria, you can still give somebody some kind of money. Don't disconnect my life. Here, you won't even see somebody that is coming to disconnect. They disconnect from their office. So if you don't have money to pay for light, you are going to be in the dark. Same thing, water. You won't even know when they go to the front of your house to disconnect your water if you don't pay. So everything that you enjoy, you have to pay for it. Everything.
Well, I will say, if you have a dependable person over there who you trust that he can guarantee who is stable and have enough financial support that can provide you with support financially, then it's okay. But if you don't have it, don't bother yourself to come, because not every Nigerian that are here make it. So only few that make it here, you hear their names. Some people may be suffering, they will go and take picture with Mercedes Benz and send it home. They will go to their friend's apartment or to the hotel, they take picture, they post it on the social media like they are enjoying. So I remember when I was living in a shelter, all my friends at home were sending me letters that, wow, you are a good life now. You are enjoying now. But I was suffering. I was washing dishes. I was selling newspaper, like, what do they call newspaper in Nigeria again? Vendors. Yes, I was selling newspapers every morning. So people in Nigeria still believe that I was living so good.
And the thing is, most of the jobs that people do here, they wouldn't do it in Nigeria. You will see a bank manager will come here. We have them here. The bank manager will come here and be washing dishes or be a security guard. You can't tell a bank manager to be a security guard in Nigeria. The person will slap you down. I've seen husband and wife that are not on speaking terms right now because it was the wife that prompted them to come. And then on getting here, we realize that it's not as easy as they thought it would be. So the husband is very upset at the wife that you are the one that said we should come. I was doing fine. I was doing fine in Nigeria. So we hear that a lot. But if you know that you can, for single people, somebody that has never married, single people, it could be a little bit easier. But as a family, not an easy thing for them to come once they get here.